Hey, this is Gracie Opulanza. Good morning, buongiorno. You're looking at the Ferrari Roma. And I'm here with Jimmy representing MenStyleFashion. Lifestyle, MenStyleFashion. Jimmy, let's talk about what Ferrari you own.
Morning all. So I used to own a 355 Ferrari Black Spider, 1992. So
Talk about the Ferrari experience, why you bought one, and what are they worth at the moment, the one that you sold?
yeah, so I had the 355 Black Spider was quite a rare spec in those days. It was a Nero black, so black roof, black leather. And it was a Spider. It was also the manual, so it was a very specific combination I wanted. And for me, it was a supercar. At that time, was an affordable supercar, but it was always the pin-up poster one. So when you were a boy, right, you know, you had a couple of pin-up posters, and the 355 was always one of the key ones in my bedroom. So when I had the opportunity to purchase it. It was a very sort of momentous occasion to have that in the driveway, and I think for me there were two key elements. One, obviously it was a Ferrari, but it was the styling of that 355. It was like a really classic. So it was basically going from what I'd call the older generation, the 348s, which are more angular, the Testarossas, when it was that first generation, into the more curvy, the curvy style. So that was a big draw from the looks. The other big one was it went to the very high revving V8 engine. So like in the Roma today, you know, after 5,000 revs, the engine just absolutely starts to scream, and you can hear it through the exhaust. And that sort of sound and feel came in the 355. It was very known as a very high revving V8 engine, so it would absolutely scream.
Now this is a lifestyle car. Ferrari, in their own words, are calling it La Dolce Vita, which means the sweet life. We've been just cruising in it, really. First impressions, Jimmy, what do we like about it?
I think it's absolutely fantastic. The last one I went in was a similar, was a 458. Well, I was in a 488 recently, but for me, this is the styling of this, I think, is a real Italian. I wouldn't necessarily call it a supercar in the looks. You know, it doesn't shout out at you. It's a lot more curvy. So I think from a styling perspective, it's absolutely stunning. Totally. And I would say elegant. It's got an elegant dress in a, you know, with a supercar chassis and engine, but this doesn't shout out supercar.
No, you know, yesterday 380 men and I pulled in, and everyone kept saying the same thing: elegance, elegance, elegance. If I was being stereotypical, it's a female car. Are we going straight, left?
Straight on.
And it really commanded that, and it was a high profile event, and this is what you want to turn up into it. Handability, as a Ferrari goes,
what I've been very impressed with is revving out of the roundabout. What I've been very impressed with, it's actually quite a greasy day. We've, you know, the traction on this is incredibly good. Even on a greasy day, you know, while squeezing the accelerator, we've had it's slipped a couple of times.
I'm a bit aggressive on the accelerator.
It's gripped, but it finds the traction very quickly afterwards.
It does. It's the GTC that I had. She was pretty wild. This one's much more grounded. Can we talk about the aerodynamics? And that's why it's a lot more balanced, is the word we're looking for, in design and stuff. Pearl white, Jimmy. I'm not a fan of white in Ferraris, but I have to say I like it. You?
No, I totally agree. I think I've seen a couple of colours, but the pearl white would not be something I would normally choose. But I think in this style, in this design, it works extremely well. So definitely one to consider.
I agree. Can you give us some tips on when it's hard going on the rain here? What you've been really, you want to sort of accelerate gently when we're paddling. Why is that? Why?
So with this engine, the amount of torque in this engine is quite extreme. So 640
horsepower torque.
So you've got to be really gentle, especially on a greasy autumn day like today in the UK. Correct. So I would definitely just squeeze accelerator, just so that you're giving the traction the ability not to lose traction. Yeah. But to be fair, we've lost it a couple of times. Yep. And the traction's kicked in beautifully. Yeah, the
GTC on the other hand, I think I would have struggled. Not struggled, it would have been just harder.
But I think the key thing for the traction for me, it's not hard. It's not kicking it in harshly. It's settling the car very quickly, but it doesn't seem to be overriding the overall feel of you handling the car. Yes. So I think they've done a really nice balance on that as well.
Now, ladies, give your appreciation. I've been in a GTC, a GT Continental Bentley. It's a cruiser, complete different game changer. So I'm just playing, paddling, and I would just get on the track with these things. Don't be intimidated by it. And Jimmy's been fantastic with me. It's just get behind the wheel with confidence. It's no different to another car in the sense of if you can drive, you can drive. I'm going this way. Yep. That's all from us right now. Thank you, Jimmy.
Thanks all.
That's great.